Hello and welcome, my Scorpio friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for spending some time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be a group reading for my Scorpio friends in celebration of Halloween. Happy Halloween, my Scorpio friends. This is such a fantastic time of year. The energies are so bold and vibrant. It's fantastic. This is really an important day for many people on many different levels. When I was reflecting on what I wanted this reading to look like, I really looked into the meaning behind October 31st and what it means to different people. And so then I started to balance out how I wanted this reading to look, because there are so many different aspects. What I've chosen is to follow that Pagan Wiccan feel to the read, where we're looking at October 31st being a new year. And part of that new year is reflection. And what we're going to reflect upon and look at is mapping out what the next 12 months are going to look like for you. We don't do enough mapping in our lives. We don't kind of do that forward planning. We kind of have that day-to-day aspect of our lives. This helps kind of look at where we're going to go and how we're going to get there. I also, when I was doing some reflection on what I wanted this reading to look like, I kind of looked at what spreads were out there for this and Halloween, and there really wasn't anything. So I created this spread to kind of give me a better idea of what I wanted the reading to look like, because it wasn't just a normal year spread. We're looking at more of a Halloween feel. I have a link below where you can pull this spread up for yourself and try this at home with your tarot or oracle cards. Now, the deck I chose for this reading is the Halloween Tarot. I had to, it's fantastic, and the energy that I've been pulling from it with my previous readings and mapping have been fantastic and phenomenal. I will be ending off the session with a blessing from the Enchanted Oracle. Like always, there are links below to both these spectacular decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. Alright, my Scorpio friends, let's get started. Now, I will be in the initial part of this reading, I will be flipping back and forth between the spread and the cards, so you're going to get a bit of an idea for what it is that I'm talking about. Alright, first question. What card represents my Scorpio friends for the next upcoming year or 12 months? Okay, you have a jumper, which actually leads me to another thing. This is the biggest spread that I have created, where we're looking at 15 intentional cards being drawn. I've had a number of situations where we've had a lot of jumpers. You just keep adding them to the same space. So for your year, you're looking at the Two of Imps or the Two of Wands. Twos are about duality and choice. Wands about that inner fire. You're going to see that there's going to be a lot of choices and a lot of dynamics that you hadn't quite expected in the next 12 months. They're going to require your fire, your willpower to move you forward and kind of get through the challenges and create kind of a dynamic solution and answer to the problems and questions that arise throughout the next 12 months. Let's continue on to the second question. What card symbolizes the upcoming year for my Scorpio friends? That's the Eight of Bats, or the Eight of Swords. Eights are usually about movement and manifestation. Although, as you can see on this eight and all the other eights of swords or bats, or whatever people have associated with the sword, there's not a lot of movement. To get the movement that the eight wants to give you, you're going to have to overcome and deal with some of the baggage that situations and events have brought you. The swords are emotionless. That's one of the problems that we face as a society or as a culture when dealing with the sword and its messages, because a lot of times it's just the information. It's not the emotion that we've attached to it. It's a very clear, this is what has to happen, or this is what is happening. The Eight of Bats talks about that need to release the baggage that you've associated with past events and kind of release yourself a bit. That's going to be many of the challenges that you're going to be facing over the next year. The cards already told you you're going to have challenges and situations that you're going to have to overcome. This is the big one. All right, let's move on to question 3. What card symbolizes the major challenge that my Scorpio friends are going to have to face over the next 12 months? Which the 8 of Bats in itself brings you a challenge, but what is the major challenge? And that's the Knight of Pumpkins or the Knight of Pentacles. It's about getting down and getting that work done. The Knight of Pentacles is the one knight that isn't charging into battle or into action. The action the knight takes, that energy, is being used on work. For you, my Scorpio friends, the challenge is going to be where you're going to balance out that work. Because this is work. And let's be honest, it's not going to be the joyous of work. You'll feel amazing once it's done because you're going to be overcoming some of those more negative and really uncomfortable feelings that you're having around some past situations. And you're going to feel freer once it's done. However, there's going to be more situations that are going to require your energy. It's going to be balancing out that workhorse. Right? 2s are about duality and choice. They're also about balance. So balancing that energy of where that knight wants to put all his workhorse action is going to be one of your biggest problems. Because let's be honest, we like to avoid hard situations. It's what we'd like to do as a species. So for you, Scorpio, not only are you going to have a year where you're going to be continually confronted by a need to release some of this stuff, you're going to have lots of different challenges and obstacles that you need to overcome over the next 12 months. Some of those obstacles are probably going to be daily life things, because our ego is going to really bring that as a forefront. Ooh, we really need to get this job done. Let's clean out our hall closet that we've been avoiding for the last 12 years, right? All right. So I'm not going to flip back and forth anymore because I'm just going to be going through the months of the year. I'm going to start with November here because October 31st is seen as the new year, and go throughout the next 12 months. So let's start in November. What card symbolizes my Scorpio friends for the month of November and all that it will bring you? Again, we had another jumper. It's the 6 of Ghosts, or the 6 of Cups. November's going to be full of time to reflect back on past situations and past experiences. It will connect in a little bit here. However, it's going to be more that nostalgia, that happy piece. And especially as you get into the latter part of November, as we start to creep up into the holidays, that nostalgia and family connection is going to be really important and really the forefront of the month. Let's look at December. What card symbolizes December and all that will bring my Scorpio friends? We go to the 6 to the 10, the 10 of Ghosts. The 10 of Ghosts, or the 10 of Cups, is a family card. And that family card is really going to be the important part of December. That connection into your family, whether it be your physical family, your astral family, your spiritual family. Those people who are really important and who've been there from day one and who are really supportive. So December, the holiday month, is really going to be a time to embrace that family energy. And not just the family energy, that positive, loving energy. And like I said, whether it's your family of origin or a family you've created, it's that positive, loving energy that you're going to really need to embrace in December. Let's move on to January. What card symbolizes, oh, got a jumper, January, and all that it will bring my Scorpio friends? Okay, we have 2 jumpers. I really enjoy it when it hits the floor. It goes in between the equipment. It's fun. January, the first card was the King of Bats or the King of Swords. We're going to go from that positive, loving energy straight into knowledge. That importance of collecting all that knowledge to help guide you on this piece. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of situations that we're going to need to make some decisions. We also have this 8 of Bats that's really going to foreshadow the rest of the 12 months. The King of Bats will help start to untangle this 8. With the King of Bats came the King of Ghosts. Both these very powerful and fully developed men are going to be supporting you throughout January. That King of Ghosts has the most control over his intuition and, most importantly, emotions. This can be really emotional. Actually, these 3 months you're going to kind of be on a little bit of a roller coaster. Nostalgia and reflecting back into our past can bring a lot of excitement and happiness, and then it is kind of balanced out with what we're dealing with today. We have more responsibilities than we had, say, 10 years ago or 15 years ago. So you're going to see a little bit of a roller coaster of emotions. Family and connecting in with others always brings in a roller coaster of emotion, especially during the holidays. In January, you're going to see stability in that. You're going to have this is kind of a clarity month. You're dealing with that emotion and intuition and that knowledge, truth and knowledge. Truth will help cut through some of this buildup. And you're going to have kind of those aha moments in January. Let's go on to February. What card symbolizes February and all that it will bring my Scorpio friends? Okay, we have a jumper. Who was hoping for the Lovers? I'm almost done the videos and I haven't had the Lovers come up in February yet. It's the 5 of Pumpkins. So this is the 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pumpkins talks about isolation. We kind of feel left out in the cold, if you will. That is going to be needed. We've got a lot of connection here with people and family and friends. And then we have some stability here. This is kind of that reflection month where this is going to be really important. And he's going to come into play because you're really going to be looking at where do you put your energies and where do you go next, which brings in this one. So February is going to be more of a reflection month, and it's going to be an important reflection because it's going to be building up momentum for this next part of the year. Let's look at March. What card symbolizes March and all that will bring my Scorpio friends? And that's the Wheel of Fortune, the 10th card in the Major Arcana. And it talks about that shift, that change. And like I said, we're starting to build up momentum. You can really embrace that energy of change because we need it here. We're starting to build up momentum. You have that ability to start to unravel and detangle yourself. Let's go on to April. What card symbolizes April and all that will bring my Scorpio friends? Okay, got a jumper. 2 of them, looks like. 2? Just 2, yep. Oh, here we go. So we want to change. April comes off with a bang. The Devil. The 15th card in the Major Arcana. This card talks about those addictions and vices that we use to kind of self-soothe ourselves as we've had these challenges and different things, emotions bind up on us. So April's going to bring that ability to start to connect into the Devil and really find out which vices and self-soothing coping mechanisms are not needed. We've had self-soothing coping mechanisms since we were small children. We continue to have them. We also continue to have patterns that we need to break because they're continuing that same restraint and negativity that we have in our lives. So attracting, for example, the same abusive type partner, or the same type of kind of almost energy vampires that come into our lives to suck us down and really push us down. Reflecting into these patterns and into these coping mechanisms so that you can really make some movement with it. What came with the devil was the Knight of Ghosts. Our connection into our intuition and our emotions are going to be really key. What things are more of that emotional piece, or possibly even coping mechanisms that we used as a child that we no longer need? For example, avoidance. As small children, we hid under the pillow or under the blankets when something happened. We've modified that ability and coping mechanism, but what's still there? Using that action and no fear attitude of the Knight and really diving into that. So April, like I said, this momentum is building, right? So April's really going to be a very powerful month for you, Scorpio, to be able to kind of take those steps forward, challenging and overcoming some of those pieces that have been kind of sitting there for quite some time for you. All right, let's move on to May. What card symbolizes May and all that it will bring my Scorpio friends? That's the Queen of Imps. She jumped out there near the end, and she wants to lend her power to you. The Queen of Imps, or the Queen of Wands, brings about that nurturing element and that passion-based energy that you're going to need to kind of recoup from April. April's going to bring a lot of confrontation for you, and depending on how much you put into April will depend on how much you get out of it. The more work you're willing to do and confront on yourself, the more movement you're going to see, and the more of that energy of the wheel you're going to kind of absorb and push through. May talks about the need to kind of take that breath. May is going to be really important that you use your inner passion and drive in nurturing yourself. Using that solar plexus to start to heal not only your heart, but other chakras that are going to be impacted by all that shift that you're causing in April. And it's a positive shift. And like anything else, sometimes that positive shift, it not only takes that time, but the energies that you kind of deplete as you go forward. Let's look into June. What card symbolizes June for my Scorpio friends and all that it will bring them? That Hangman, he's a fantastic card. The Hangman is the 12th card in the Major Arcana, and he's the Let It Go card. It's really connected in to April and to that Eight of Bats, that need to let the universe take control and step back. This is no longer about our decision making. It's more about letting go and letting the universe help take the helm and give us that direction that we need. Because after kind of that emotional beat up that we're going to do here, we're going to need that time to not only nurture ourselves, but allow someone else to take the driver's seat for a while and give us that direction that we need. It will not only help with the Two of Wands, but it's also going to help unravel the Eight a bit more. Let's push on to July. What card symbolizes July? And a jumper, and all that it will bring. Another jumper. Jumpers. Actually. My Scorpio friends. Okay, I'm really going to run out of room. I think I now have 5 or 6 jumpers. And some of them hit the floor. Apparently, July is going to be an important month for you. Right. First card that jumped out. The Five of Bats, or the Five of Swords. He's going to be important because you're looking at July being full of people telling you what they think. That's the amazing thing about friends, family, and sometimes even strangers. They are very willing to share their opinions, thoughts, and feelings about situations, whether or not it impacts them or not. The Five of Bats has come up as kind of a warning. Yes, you can sit in there and get into an argument with whoever it is, or you can take that high road. And that's what you need to do in July. Take that high road, let them think, feel, and wish whatever it is they need to. This is your journey, and this is what you need to be accountable for. You don't need to be accountable to other people. The universe has helped give you a bit of a shift and a bit of a push, if you will, throughout June. So July, you're going to have to kind of take that high road, because there's lots that we're overcoming. This next 12 months, the 10 of Bats talks about, again, more of that emotion that we've attached to past situations. You've got a good momentum of clearing out your kind of stash of unneeded negative emotions, and we're going to keep that momentum going. July is going to be important to focus in on what's kind of remaining from the 8. Those pieces, those emotions. Take the knowledge, but not the emotion. Learn from it, then let it go, because the Hangman is right behind you and really supporting all that you've achieved and all that you're going to achieve. The 9 of Pumpkins jumped out as well. The 9s are all about all that hard work, all that you have achieved. We know that you've achieved a lot. The 9 of Pumpkins really highlights how much you've been able to grow and manifest in your life. When you start to clear out the 10 and the 8 and take that high road, you're going to be able to manifest a lot more because you're raising your vibration. The 5 of Bats can easily lower your vibration. Whereas when you start to release and let go and start to focus in on those positive aspects of your life, then you're going to see that vibration rise and the ability to manifest more kind of take precedence. And finally, the Ace of Bats was the final card that jumped out for July. That Ace of Bats or Ace of Swords, like I said before, take that knowledge and move yourself forward. That manifestation piece is there. You have that ability. You need to raise your vibration to do it. And to do that, you can take those pieces, those situations, they have knowledge that we do need. Take that knowledge and move it forward. Release the baggage. Let's move on to August. What card symbolizes August and all that will bring my Scorpio friends? That's the 6 of Bats. 6 of Bats talks about movement forward. The 6 of Swords. You have to take some of this stuff from the 8 and the 10 with you. We're not going to be able to resolve everything. We can't. Take some of it, but continue that momentum forward. Because that momentum forward is going to help you transform and grow even further. Let's go on to September. What card symbolizes September and all that will bring my Scorpio friends? We have a jumper. Thankfully we have one. We're running out of space on this table. The Star. The 17th card in the Major Arcana. That hopes and dreams. And that's exactly where that 6 is taking you. The more you are able to connect in to what July brings, the more movement you can make towards the Star in September. Like anything else, this is a map, and we have free will. So we can change this map at any time. However, that outcome And when we make changes here, will impact over on the latter side. So the more you put in, the more you're going to get out. And the more connection with your hopes and dreams that you'll have in September. Let's end our pumpkin off with October. What card symbolizes October and all that it will bring, my Scorpio friends? We have 2 jumpers. The first one, the 4 of Ghosts, or the 4 of Cups. That 4 of Cups talks about that missed information, that holy grail, if you will. The 4 of Cups acknowledges, again, that hard work, because there's 3 cups standing. You've done a lot of work in your life. That next step, that next piece, brings about that connection, again, that we have to the universe, to that universal knowledge. The 4 of Ghosts really encourages us to take that unseen step and allowing the universe to take the helm a little bit and give us some more guidance through that unseen cup, if you will. With the 4 of Ghosts came the King of Pumpkins, or the King of Pentacles. October, you're going to see that manifestation at a new level. And that King of Pentacles is also known as Midas touch. This movement, the star, will bring about that ability to manifest. You're raising your vibration still here. It also talks about how when you really grasp hold of that cup that you don't see, that unseen information from the universe, how that's going to step up your manifestation. That's how you're going to step up that ability to create abundance in your life. Okay, one last tarot card, and that's the Shadow card. What card or message does your shadow self have for you? It's the 3 of Pumpkins, or the 3 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles talks about trade and craftsmanship, that skill building. The 3 also talks about that need to connect in. The 3 of Pentacles usually has a craftsman working on a cathedral with 2 other people advising him. This journey is not going to be done alone. You are going to have your guides, your guardians, and all that support that you need. We're connecting into it early, and that's going to really help give you that extra support and strength throughout the rest of the 12 months. All right, my posse is screaming at me about all these angel messages that we've left for you, because there's a lot of them. Now, if I forget or lose or miss any of them, please just leave them in a comment box below. I will be able to address them later. First of all, you have double knights. Knights are the 12th card in the major arcana. When you're looking at that double 12, you're looking at the angels telling you this is going to be a time of spiritual development for you. Then we go on to the 6. We've got double 6s. When you're looking at double 6s, the angels are telling you that it's also a time where you need to balance your physical and your spiritual worlds. We'd already addressed that here. That's going to be really important for you. We also have double 10s. When you're looking at double 10s, the angels are saying this is definitely a time of personal development plus spiritual enlightenment. Of course, then we have double kings. They're right beside each other. Kings are the 14th card in the minor arcana. And what the angels are saying is that when you're looking at double 14s, you're going to attract what you put out there. And make sure that it's a positive, loving energy, because that's going to really help you kind of take that next step forward, because you're going to be raising your vibration again. We have another king here, so we've got 3 of them. We actually, sorry, I missed that we had 3 10s. We also have double 5s. When you're looking at multiple 5s, the message is of positive change. In tarot, 5s are a conflictual number. However, the angels tell you that this is a time of positive change. Sorry, I also missed that the hangman would be in with your knights. He's the 12th card in the major arcana, and we have these knights. I actually don't see any more. If I've missed any, please let me know. I can address them as they come in. There's so many of them in the large reading like this, I just do it at the end. Alright. Let's end off with a blessing. What blessing does Halloween have for my Scorpio friends? That's awesome. The spirit of Samhain, or the spirit of Halloween. Really connecting in to the energy of this lower veil and high connectability and amazing energies that are flowing throughout the night. That is fantastic. I hadn't seen that. Like I said, I'm almost done. The fact that you guys got the spirit of Samhain is fantastic. For those who are interested, you can pause the video here and reflect on the cards. I know I've got a lot of cards overlapping each other. I just don't have the space on my table to not overlap them. But what do the cards that you see and what does this reading say to you? What further information does it want to share? These cards were meant for you. I drew, or some of them jumped out for my Scorpio friends. This is a group reading, so if you're looking for something more personal or specific, you can follow the link below and schedule a private reading with myself. For those who are interested, I will be running online introductory and interactive classes through Zoom over the next couple of months. The first class is on November 11th, where I'll be running my Introduction to Angels and Archangels class. Then on December 9th, I'll be running my Introductions to Connecting, which is a channeling class. If you're interested in both or either of these classes, you can find out more information and register on my website. I provided a link below to take you straight to my classes page so you can look up more information. I hope you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to see what the next 12 months is going to hold for you. And like I said, this is a map, and you can change this map as you go forward. However, acknowledging if you change something, it's going to have that butterfly effect for the rest of the year. I'll continue to create more videos, fun and dynamic videos for my Zodiac friends. If you have any suggestions or thoughts, please leave them below. I'm always up for feedback from my friends. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. As you can see here, you really never know where I'm going to go next, and I'd hate for you to miss a video. Also, if you like this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings with myself. I provided a helpful link, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my Scorpio friends.